What's good? What's good? I'm about to go volunteer with some dogs, but I wanted to get this video out. Yesterday was a crazy day, and it's kind of bled in today. But what started the day off was yesterday was the last day for one of my employees. I'm the assistant manager where I work, and this particular employee was an awesome employee. So I'm really bummed that they left, but I'm happy for them. He was a semi retired guy in his 50s, but he was still very virile and high energy, and he was motivated. And he was like kind of retired, but not. So like he didn't need the money, but he just like wanted something to do, and he was a good worker. And I work in retail, where you pretty much, if you're not in management, you pretty much make minimum wage. But because he didn't need the money, he worked hard because that's just what he does. That's what a man with integrity does. You just work hard. It'd be nice to be paid well, but regardless, you should work hard. You should put a quality effort into the things that you do. And so the day started off with him leaving, and I was really sad. So I got a little card for him, and I had the team sign it, because he was just such a positive person. Like truly, it's rare that you get such an awesome employee when you're a retail manager. I've built a pretty good team though, minus like my boss being a total just horrible boss. Overall, my contributions to the team, I'm really proud of. And at the end of his shift, I gave him the card, and we shook hands, and he thanked me. He thanked me because he had said he had heard the horror stories of how bad retail can be. And he thanked me for making it actually fun. Because I work really hard for my team. Uh, my boss and I disagree on a lot, but at the end of the day, I'm going to work hard for my team. Like, really, let me finish my day. So after working 9.5 hours at my day job because my boss called in sick today, or not yesterday, I'm still talking about yesterday. So I had to stay a few extra hours to kind of help get the team lead who was closing taken care of and supported through her shift. And this particular team lead, I didn't actually want her to be a team lead. I have an employee that I've been working with literally for the last year. I have been developing, that I have twice tried to get promoted into this team lead position. And both times my boss has picked the other applicants. The first time, the other applicant was one of her friends from a previous job. Half of our team, not half now, 25% of our team are people she brought from another job. She just wanted people, her yes ma'am people around, and her cronies. Anyway, I'm rambling. Anyways, so I worked 9.5 hours at my day job, making sure the team lead closing was set up for success because she's not good. I love her to death, but she's not good. She's made so many silly mistakes. But I still set her up for success, and I'm still not like mean when she makes mistakes. So after my shift, I do some Spark orders. Spark is like Walmart's delivery app, so just think of Walmart deliveries like Uber Eats or DoorDash. But Spark's been good to me, paying out like they pay out incentives. So if you do a certain number of orders, you get extra pay and certain order. It's been good to me, so I'm happy. So I did that for another few hours. So I put in a total of about 13 working hours yesterday, and about halfway through my Spark shift, I saw a guy stranded on the side of the road. So I stopped and helped him. He just needed a jump start. He said he didn't know why his car died, but it did. So I'm in the middle of friggin' traffic trying to get his car jump started, because that's what men do. Men just embed themselves in their community, and if a problem arises and they are able to help address it, they do it. That's what men do. So kind of going back to that employee that I lost, like I respect him so much because he was just a good man. Just a good man. Then after working for 13 hours, I went to a little spot I found where I can just kind of sit in nature. There's like a picnic benches, and I can just plant my feet on the ground and watch the sunset. So while I was doing that, earthing, planting my bare feet on the ground, I was actually still working because I was doing little recognition things. We have this app that we use at our job, and you can send, recognition notes to the team. They encourage management to do it. And I don't half-ass it, so I give them like quality little recognition things. So I wrote them out for my team. So while I was earthing for an hour, I was still working. And so I worked like a 14-hour day. Oh God, I forgot, there's more. The team lead that always messes crap up. She texted me with a problem, like an emergency, around 7. So my day started at 6 a.m. And then she texted me around 7 with a problem. I won't go super into detail, but I tried to help her through it with text. And finally I was like, all right, I'm just going to head up there. So I picked up some food to go and started heading back up to my job, half an hour north. As soon as I get there, I pull up. She's actually walking out in front of me on the sidewalk as I pull up. And so I open my door and I'm like, hey. And she's all flustered and whatnot. She's like, can you help me first with this other thing that I need help with? And it was just filling propane. She's a team lead. She doesn't know how to fill propane. She should, but that's the whole thing. Won't get into it. So I give her a quick propane filling tutorial. Mind you, I'm off the clock. I'm not getting mileage reimbursement or nothing. So I'm showing her how to fill propane because that's what leaders do. That's what men do. You just do what needs done for your team, for your family, for your community. And at no point was I frustrated or grumpy with her. After showing her how to fill the propane, I go look at the problem she created, and she just created a problem. We got new door lock things, and she totally messed them up and took them apart. So I had to put them back together, but the right way to make sure all of the mechanisms are functioning properly. And so finally, after I fixed the door and the problems, I am able to sit down and eat at 8 o'clock, 8:30 actually. And at this point, I had the food in I do DoorDash, so in one of my delivery bags, so it wasn't cold. I go into our break room. At this point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to go sit in the goddamn break room and eat my fucking food for a little bit. So it was a long-ass day. But randomly, on my drive to where I like to park at night, I got an email saying, hey, you might qualify for a refinance on your auto loan. And currently, my auto loan is a really high interest rate. And I was like, okay, my credit's not good, but if you're going to tell me I might qualify, I'll try. So I applied last night, and I woke up this morning to a bunch of calls and texts saying you're pre-approved. So I might be able to knock a few % off this auto loan, which will end up actually being $100 less of a payment, which is awesome. I've paid off a few $100s in credit card debt. The hustling is paying off. And I just want to wrap up the video circling back to the handshake thing. This morning, after I get my auto loan stuff squared away, I'm doing some more Spark delivery, and this guy notices, because I got one of my side doors open, notices that I kind of got a camper van set up. And obviously, if you see my van, I got solar panel on the roof. I got tinted windows. It looks like not a normal minivan. So he's like, hey man, do you mind if I ask you some questions? And I was like, not at all. And I extended my hand to shake his hand, and he extended his, and we shook hands. And his name was Khalil, which I was like, yo man, that's cool, because there's this poet and philosopher named Khalil. And he was like, yeah, actually that's who I'm named after. And it was a black guy. And normally this wouldn't be relevant, but in our hyper sensitized race reality that we're living in, I love when I can just have genuine and authentic interactions with people of other ethnicities and cultural backgrounds. Because America, it's not racist. We have some problems, yes, but God, I just love authentic connection with all kinds of people, with a diverse group of people. So I'm not DEI is bad, yes, but that doesn't mean like I dislike minorities or I dislike other protected classes. So we had this, for like 15 minutes. We both got our orders and we just kind of hung out for a bit more and talked. Like, he had a really cool vibe. Like, I could just tell he was like a good man. Him and his wife, and they got 2 kids, and they're trying to save money and just trying to like just build something different for their life. And he said she's been pushing him, and so we talked, and I got his phone number. I'm gonna send him a text later tonight with some resources. And it's just cool because that's what men do. They just do what their community needs and what they're capable of. Not in a communistic fashion, in a loving, compassionate, caring, concerning fashion for your community. And so after we talked, we shook hands again, because it's like when you just meet a guy on the level and you can sense he's got the vibe and you shake his hand, it's just, there's so much love and respect passed back and forth, and it's fraternity, which I said, and I have a video where I talk about how I miss fraternity. Man, it felt good. There are still good men out there. Oh, okay. I'm gonna end the video and go hang out with some dogs now. Much love.